heard about Florida, one of the terms I heard was snowbird. I said, what's a snowbird? Well, it's everybody that wants to avoid the snow. They fly on down to Florida, enjoy the great weather. So how do you feed all these East Coast folks when they come down to Key Largo? If they want some real deal, old school Italian-American food, well, you bring them right here to DiGiorgio's Cafe Largo.
Well, we have a pasta extruder here that my father bought and handed down to me.
Beautiful machine.
We're gonna make a version of cavatelli here.
Okay.
You have two different kinds of semolina. One's grainier, one's more powdery. Put them in the hopper of the pasta machine.
Okay.
Salt, pepper, garlic powder combination.
Then we go with the eggs.
We add water until we get the desired texture.
Look at this. Can I just have one of these in my house? Oh, look at how gentle it is. Throw me some soft music behind this, please.
Somewhere turning.
Like little tears of angels. Gorgeous.
We're gonna take our whole fresh Florida lobster. We're gonna let it cook for a few minutes. And we're gonna add our celery, carrots, and onions.
Little garlic.
Cracked black pepper. Our brandy.
Brandy makes it dandy.
Gotta add my water.
Okay. Now, how long is this gonna sit here?
About 2.5 hours.
Awesome. Strain it.
Get our frying pan hot. Some of our reduced stock. Ready to add our heavy cream.
Let that reduce a bit.
We're gonna add a little roux to thicken it up. Then we have a combination Asiago, Fontina, Parmesan, mozzarella, little smoked provolone in there.
Living on the edge.
Fold in our lobster,
There we go.
our house-made cavatelli,
There's a ton of cheese in there.
and house-made truffle breadcrumbs.
Okay. And then we're gonna throw it in the salamander, toast off the breadcrumbs,
Top of
and
it.
then we're ready to serve.
We're ready to go.
Okay. Look at that. That lobster is out of bounds. We got a lot of great restaurants in the area, but to know all the history, sharing your recipes and your experience with your son, you're doing it right, buddy. You're doing it right. Thank you, sir. So I'm here in the southwest area of Portland, Oregon, to check out a place where the chef came from a long background in the corporate world. And finally, one day, he said he's gonna break free. That's right, he's gonna do things on his own terms, do things his own way. He's gonna cook from his favorite seasons and his favorite regions. Wait a second, that'd be a perfect name for a restaurant. This is Seasons and Regions Seafood Grill. So what are we gonna make?
Northwest Seafood Cioppino.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna make our cioppino broth first. Olive oil, carrots, onions, celery, puree garlic,
Time.
pepper flakes, black pepper, ground fennel, marjoram, oregano, bay leaf, kosher salt,
Next up.
sugar, red wine vinegar, red wine, lemon juice, basil puree, anchovy paste for a little more fish flavor there,
Clam stock.
tomato paste, diced tomato, crushed tomato, water.
How long is this all gonna cook down for?
2 hours.
I assume that you're able to just mix in the seafood that you like when you have it, when it's fresh.
Yes.
What are we running today?
We're gonna top it with a Dungeness crab cake.
A crab cake goes on top?
Yes.
That I haven't seen.
Pre-cooked onions, egg, roasted red pepper, parsley, Tabasco for heat, Worcestershire
Worcestershire.
sauce, Old Bay seasoning, Dijon, and now,
Local Dungeness?
yep,
Just a little binder of the breadcrumb. Make that into one big crab cake for me, and that'll be fine.
there you go. So we're gonna give our ring of just a little spray, some panko, the crab, and then panko on top.
We're gonna pan fry this.
Actually, we're gonna deep fry it.
Time to build it.
A little clarified butter, salmon, little rockfish, salt spring mussels, white wine, lemon juice.
Some of the cioppino base that we built. Fantastic. Mussels are open.
A little more salt, pepper, a little parsley,
Smells fantastic.
crab cake, chive on top.
And that's all she wrote. That's really good. That broth is fantastic. Typically, when you have cioppino, you know, you like to have some bread or something to dip it into, and this crab cake on top is perfectly crunchy, which would be kind of like the crusty bread going into it. Works incredibly well. Thank you, chef, for wrecking it, because this is what I'm gonna expect now is a little salty, crunchy crab right on top. Something I didn't see coming, but I definitely would eat all day for the rest of the week. You see, this is a husband and wife team that've got this dynamite restaurant. He is a culinary rock star. So much so, it's called the Culinary Cafe.
Chicken waffle, 2 minutes.
The food is always good. I've had everything on the menu twice.
You always get something unique and different.
Old Bay dolphin, okra perlou.
fresh fish. The ingredients are locally grown and harvested. I mean, absolutely amazing.
We're gonna do a good old down-home cornmeal fried fish.
But look how fresh this is.
This is hyper local, right?
We're just gonna fillet this real quick.
Look at that. I mean, just hit me with a little bit of salt, pepper, and some lime juice. I'm good to go.
Super abundant, right? This is a sustainable fish.
It'll be standard breading, seasoned flour into an egg wash, and then our cornmeal mix.
Okay. Whatever you want to do. You're the boss.
Just put the knife down.
Seasoned flour, egg wash mixture, and then cornmeal, flour, and cornstarch.
Boom, drop them.
Now we're gonna make our chow chow.
I eat bucket of chow chow.
Nice.
Okay? Anything pickled, crunchy,
Yep.
southern, I'm down.
Green bell peppers, pickled green tomato, red bell pepper, roasted corn.
This is my amount of chow chow, by the way.
One feeding? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
There's really not anything that this can't go on and be good.
Chow chow and a hot dog.
Fantastic.
For sure.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Next, we're gonna make our marinade white vinegar, a little bit of water, sugar, salt, pepper, granulated onion, granulated garlic, lemon with zest. Pour this right on top. Mix by hands.
Versus mixed by face.
Yeah, what else?
By foot?
Yeah. Yep, thank you.
If you want to try chow chow the way I think Grandma made it in the South, that's that.
Right, fresh, crunchy.
What else do we have before we put this together?
Smoky habanero aioli. Eggs, roasted garlic, lemon juice, smoked paprika, Dijon mustard, white vinegar, salt, pepper.
Stick blender, it's a good tool.
A little oil. So there's your mayo. These are habaneros, cooked down with a little bit of sugar,
It's gonna be warm.
a little bit of water, white distilled vinegar, salt, pepper. Then we just blend this right back up. Just take a little bit of this, blend it right in.
My mouth just went into full-on salivation.
So now we're gonna plate our dish. We're gonna start with the chow chow, aioli. Snapper's gonna rest right in it. Chopped parsley.
Go ahead, Chef. The real beauty of the fry on this, you get everything you want of that extra crunchification from the cornstarch.
Let me get in there.
He's going for the big piece. Going for the big piece. I tell you, he's gonna go for the big piece.
What's really nice about cornmeal is it adds a lot of flavor.
Ow, it's my toe. Don't worry, I got 9 more.
Oh, it's really good all together.
Better than good. Fantastic. I'm just trying to get that perfect bite.
That's it.
That's easier if I get it like that.
Go for it.
I figured it out.
Chow chow chaser.
I like to party.
And cornmeal snapper.
Fish that's delicate like snapper, you have to really have a delicate fry. The cornmeal on it is just crunchy enough. You get that little kick of heat, and then the chow chow is perfect.
So I'm here in Lahaina in a strip mall, here to check out a joint called Joey's something. And what do you think they serve? No, they're not serving cheesesteaks and not hot dogs, not burgers. No, it's not an all-American diner with that name. Nope, it's Filipino-Asian fusion. I didn't see that one coming. This is Joey's Kitchen.
I was born in the Philippines. I came here in 1983. My grandfather came in 1907 to be a barefoot field worker.
Doing sugar canes and pineapples?
Sugar cane.
That's some hard work.
Here's your garlic shrimp.
I love the garlic shrimp. It's a really unique flavor. I haven't had it anywhere else.
And it's served up with one of my personal favorites.
Green papaya, it's a sweet, sour crunch. It's a great salad.
You know what time it is? Flavor time. So what is this dish called?
Garlic Hawaii shrimp. And we're gonna make a calamansi fish sauce. This is our calamansi, a cross between orange and lime. A little tart, you know.
Little tart.
Calamansi,
Balm vinegar,
sweet chili sauce,
fish sauce,
cilantro, garlic, a little bit of salt, and sugar.
and the salad consists of the julienne carrots and the green papaya. I mean, talk about great on a flip-flop, that is.
And salt it 5 minutes.
You're always supposed to do that with green papaya?
It gets crunchier. Rinse them out, and then you put the dressing over it.
Where have I been with that all year? What are we doing with the shrimp?
We're gonna saute them, add butter,
A lot of garlic. Smells delicious.
sweet basil.
And now this great sauce that we made that we also dressed our green papaya salad with. Beautiful presentation.
Those are sea asparagus.
It's flavor time somewhere. Get a picture of that. My new holiday card. I'll try the salad first. Super crunchy. I love green papaya. That shrimp is tender and sweet. The sauce is money with the delicious little papaya salad cleanser.
You gotta eat the head.
I see you doing it.
Sure. This is how we eat it.
Well, you made that look easy.
The garlic Hawaii shrimp.
The Kauai shrimp is one of my favorite dishes in Hawaii.
The papaya salad was so fresh.
It's fresh, creative. I don't think there's enough representation in Filipino food, do you?
Nope, I think we're trying to develop all that.
I don't think you're trying, Chef. I think you have developed. Well done, buddy. Thank you. I said it once and I'll say it again. You gotta slow down and take a look around. I'm here in Juneau, Alaska, and every other day, thousands of people get off those cruise ships and they walk right by this funky little joint where the chef, who's worked through the ranks and studied a little bit in Italy, has opened up a joint where he's scratch making, hand making just about everything on the menu. It's Alaskan food with an Italian influence. This is in Bocca al Lupo.
Thunderdome for B4.
If you want really amazing Italian food, like this is the place to go.
Homemade pasta, homemade pizza dough.
Going in with 2 salsichas.
You can tell his style of cooking is not from here.
Yeah, it's actually a little something Bo Schooler brought back from his culinary training in Italy. What does the name mean?
It means into the wolf's mouth. It means good luck.
Hang on, so I'm learning Italian. So you do wood-fired pizza, what else?
Fresh pasta, our own charcuterie. Again, in the summertime, we're kind of more seafood focused. King crab pappardelle for 25.
The king crab pappardelle, it's hard to stop eating, that's for sure.
Chunks of big, meaty, juicy Alaskan wild-caught king crab.
And the pasta is perfectly al dente every time you have it.
It's heaven on earth.
What are we gonna make?
King crab pappardelle.
Let's get into it.
We gotta make pappardelle noodles, low gluten flour, egg yolks, olive oil, sea salt.
You making all the pasta in-house?
We make all the pasta in-house. We always have a gnocchi.
I love the gnocchi.
I love gnocchi.
Gnocchi.
Gnocchi. I gotta knead it till it's smooth.
Let it rest. Roll with a sheeter.
Sprinkle semolina on.
Cut it by hand.
Yep.
All right, what are we gonna do about?
We gotta basically make like a seafood bisque, and that's our pasta sauce.
Okay.
Got clove, green peppercorns, bay leaf. We gotta grind that all up. Combine it with sweet paprika, ginger, cinnamon, sweet Calabrian chili powder, star anise, allspice, cardamom.
Cardamom.
Mustard, there's our spice.
Something got my tongue. Is that from the green peppercorn?
That or the cinnamon.
Okay, what are we doing next?
Olive oil. Break down our king crab legs, and we got our crab shells here. Garlic.
Got it.
Carrots, onion, leeks, fennel, celery and ginger, and then thyme. We cook all that down. We add in tomato paste.
Copious amounts.
White wine.
You glaze it.
Lemon juice, fish sauce, seasoning.
Good amount of that.
Cover it with crushed ice.
You gotta explain this ice game to me.
It just allows that broth to like build up real slowly and gently. And then by the time it's all melted, it's gonna simmer for maybe 30 minutes. So we get a ton of flavor.
I've never seen it.
Well, there you go. Come to Alaska. We do things cold.
I would tell you. He was waiting to say that the whole time.
I wasn't.
He was waiting to say it the entire time.
So after this simmers, we're gonna blend it and then strain it. We got our pappardelle noodles. Throw in our bisque base.
Beautiful noodles.
Throw in some crab.
You're generous.
Lemon creme fraiche.
Gorgeous.
Finish it off with this sorrel that our buddies are growing.
Delicious. The bisque is really nice and light and refreshing. The crab is not tough. The pasta is the heart of the dish. It is super tender. And the key is the creme fraiche. Two of my favorite things, crab bisque and a pasta dish. Outstanding. Outstanding. You rode in and sent me to Baltimore, to the kind of places we love doing on Triple D. A big, shiny, family-owned diner serving homemade everything from everywhere. Hey, welcome to the Broadway Diner.
Pork chops, romano, shrimp creole, veal parmesan, cheeseburger deluxe.
Salad with swordfish. Very good.
Puttanesca, meatloaf.
Shrimp creole, not too spicy, it's just perfect.
Oh, yeah, that looks hot.
What is that? Open top beef sandwich with French fries and gravy.
Just one of the reasons Jonathan Gorbeck emailed to tell me I gotta check this place out.
We got nice fresh lobster, we got some wonderful mussels. Feast fit for a king, is what I'd call it.
But George calls it
Broadway Festival.
All right, so a little olive oil goes down, throw some scallops in. Something you find in every diner as you travel on the country. Nice lobster tails.
I'm gonna throw the shrimp. I'm gonna throw the mussels, of course, right there.
Yeah, this is the seafood buffet for 90. Everybody's starting to pop open.
Now we're gonna go with the wine.
Like a magic show. You see that? You see how he stayed right in it? Run that on slow-mo for me. See what I said?
Got a little garlic, fresh tomato, basil.
Love where this is going.
Salt and pepper.
It's a marinara you made, right?
Yes.
Calamari and lasso doesn't get tough, because by the time they get served up, that calamari will cook in that sauce.
Right. The pasta over here, cheese, grilled cheese. Now we're gonna dish it out.
If I lived on an island and all we had to eat was seafood, I don't think I would get that much seafood. Look at that. Look at the juice. Look at the sauce. There's no way you could have done this any better. The pasta's al dente.
I go to Italian restaurants across the country, I can't find pasta that's al dente. I have nothing to say, man, other than just wow.
Delicious. That's pretty much it in a word.
I couldn't eat that whole thing.
When you're in Maryland and you're thinking traditional food, well, you're probably thinking crab, especially the way they steam them and dump a pile of them on butcher paper and everybody dives in. So I'm 20 minutes south of Baltimore, rolling in for what they call a crab feast at a place called the Stony Creek Inn.
Delicious. Perfectly seasoned Maryland crab.
Will you guys eat all this?
Yeah. Probably.
And forget the social graces.
Getting your hands dirty is all part of the game.
Do you break them and self-clean them right here?
Yeah.
You made a tremendous mess.
That's because I make sure I eat all mine.
Look at that.
You lick that off, because that's also delicious.
What's your favorite part?
All of it.
Folks here are obsessed with them. And that includes the owners. You have a crab tattoo.
Female blue crab. They are going hot.
Bill Green and his wife, Mary,
We have a table of 7 coming in.
worked the open-air market when they were kids.
Watch your step.
8 years ago, they opened this joint near Stony Creek off Chesapeake Bay, serving everything crab.
Found a jumbo lump crab meat, a half crab toast, a crab pretzel, and a crab ball.
And in the Maryland tradition,
All right, guys.
steamed by the basket with sweet corn and tossed on the table.
I love crabs.
Yeah. These are delicious.
Who taught you how to steam crab?
My father.
And he's still doing them Dad's way.
We're going to put our seasonings together that we're going to season the crabs with. Salt, kosher salt, paprika, dry mustard,
Chili flake.
a little cayenne,
There we go.
a little thyme.
Time. So no Old Bay on this?
No, no Old Bay on the steamed crabs.
Well, everybody stop for a moment. I don't know that the world as I know it. Well, a little bit like a blackening spice. Cayenne's fresh. The steam is going to pick up these seasonings and flavors and go in through the crevices and joints of the shell.
Plus, it's going to be on there when you're picking them. You can get it all over your fingers when you eat.
Okay, now we go out. So what are we going to do with them?
You want to layer them down in here.
You should get a crab belt buckle.
Crab belt buckles.
Or crab shoulder pads, crab watch.
And the seasoning we made earlier.
You just go through that seasoning like crazy.
Yeah. Get some fresh corn, put it right on top of the crabs. And we go to the steamer. Throw a lid on it, 25 minutes.
Check.
Crabs
Right,
ready.
put them on the platter, and then we go have what we call the crab feast.
Yep.
Is that the way he does it every time? They're just fantastic. They're very rich. It's buttery, it's sweet, the salt complements it really well. The seasoning on the crab is pretty outstanding. Wow. Hang out long enough, they'll feed you. Our crab on a stick. Oh, that's good. So I'm here in Eugene, Oregon, home of the Ducks, University of Oregon. Now, what else can you expect when you come to Eugene, an hour and a half off the coast of Oregon? Exactly, great fresh seafood. That's because they got this joint, Fisherman's Market.
Every time I come in here, they'll be bringing fresh fish in, you know, whether it's gonna be salmon or albacore or halibut.
They're live right there, they cook them right there, and they serve it right here. And I eat it.
Ryan, he just is an expert on fish.
That's because Ryan Rogers is the real deal. Hardcore fishing in Alaska for decades, while running this joint since '97. All the fish that's here is coming from...
Mostly all from Oregon.
You have all your buddies and all the hookups and...
Yeah.
It's like it was swimming yesterday.
Some of it still is.
You see the crab in the crab tank and then they cook it up for you fresh. It's just amazing.
Crab dinner with fries and slaw.
They cook the crab in a crab pot right out the front door. Can't get any fresher.
All right. Wow!
Warm for you?
But that is hot crab.
That's outrageous. Without question, the most seafood-flavored crab really, I think, has to be the Dungeness. Some lemon juice. I'll take a little dip in some butter. That's slaw. Nice crunch. Really refreshes the palate. That's the freshest experience you can get.
It's juicy, it's succulent. You don't even need the butter, it's so wonderful.
Dungeness crab dinner. Dungeness crab is especially sweet.
And it's got such a really good flavor. You can't get it fresher.
I like the Fisherman's Market because there's just nothing else like it. It's extremely unique.
Kind of a crazy place. You got tanks making noise and coolers and people buying fish. Dudes cooking right there.
It's different food than you can get from anywhere else.
You can get fish and chips with any kind of fish?
Any kind of fish.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Can't get bored. You can always try something new.
The Cajun crawfish pie.
Time for pie.
What's that you're putting on top?
Sour cream.
And what do you have over here on the salad?
We got smoked salmon, house salad.
Is
Dude, that's outrageous. You smoke this in-house?
Of course.
You're so gangster. Let's look at this. Great crust, not soupy, not too thick, tender. They're as tender and succulent, and the texture of them is awesome. I didn't know about this sour cream thing you're doing, but it's excellent. This is crazy, man. All right, what do you get when you combine a marine biologist and a chef? No, this is not a joke, you guys. I'm really serious about this. You get a funky little joint right here on the main street of Vancouver, Canada, that's serving up locally and sustainably harvested seafood. This is the Fish Counter.
2 crispy oysters and a bouillabaisse.
This is the place where people who know fish come for seafood.
Your oyster po' boy.
They'll tell you what's available, what's fresh, what's in season. They'll tell you the fisherman who caught the fish, and they'll tell you how to cook it.
And that's just the fish counter side.
That knowledge is dished out by owner and marine biologist Mike McDermott. And in the kitchen, Chef Rob Clark is cooking it as fast as they can catch it.
And a cod, please.
Together, they take their mission seriously.
We demonstrate that you can have a local, responsible, sustainable seafood shop and still stay in business.
It becomes with our customer an education process.
Right, so it's education, conservation.
I mean, you can look at our case, it's super minimal.
I want to try it all.
And we'd love you to taste the Kita salmon. That's a fish and chips.
I've never heard of fish and chips done with salmon.
The place is known for its fish and chips. I don't think anybody does it any better.
2-piece salmon.
This is unique. You don't just get your random white fish. It's one of the underdogs, unsung heroes.
What's kicking this off?
Tartar sauce, simple, fresh ingredients.
Regular mayo,
Lemon juice, cornichon,
ground up little pickles.
parsley, tarragon.
Got it.
Chopped capers, shallots, and a little bit of dry dill.
This will just improve with a little bit of time.
Yeah, about 2 hours.
Next up.
Batter.
Up. Batter up.
Oh, that's an American thing.
Is that not you?
No,
guys play baseball.
I'm just kidding. All-purpose flour, rice flour, quite a bit of baking powder, actually.
Quite a bit for sure.
Cornstarch, and a touch of salt.
Soda water.
A little bit of local beer.
You're getting the effervescence from the beer, the effervescence from the soda water.
So one of the techniques we use is frozen stainless steel plates that keep the batter cold.
The colder, the lighter and airier it's gonna puff when it hits the hot oil.
Exactly.
Love it. And what type of salmon is this we're gonna use?
Harrison River wild Kita, caught by the Chehalis First Nation. It's a meteor fish. We're just gonna batter this, put it on the cold plate.
And we fry. So fresh cut fries. And what kind of potatoes are we getting?
Local Kennebecs from Langley, and then some salmon. Fit for a king.
That right there, that's got a good amount of flavor, not oily one bit. And you get some great crunch. Batter's not too much. It's not competing with the fish. Tartar sauce, that's a nice balance right there. Fries are legit. Give me the rundown on the slaw.
Kale, cabbage, rice vinegar, and celery seeds.
Nice juxtaposition to the salty fried crunchy. Nicely done, my friend. They're serving up their mom's recipes in an old neighborhood bar. This is Stogie Joe's.
Chicken parm, table 5.
If you're coming to look for that Italian vibe, this is the place to be.
It's got a world-class menu, but it's got a neighborhood feel.
Order up, linguine with olive oil and garlic.
I remember coming here when I was a kid, but around 10 years ago, the Liuzzi brothers took it over.
Little neck clams.
I knew Sonny from when I was a kid. He's basically the host here. And then you got Stogie Joe, who's just an all-around guy. Then you got Christian, who's a fabulous cook.
But this isn't the brothers' first rodeo. They teamed up on a more upscale spot, but decided to jump from fine dining into this long-time local joint.
This is kind of like a speakeasy. The old man was selling. He was retiring, so he says, I want you guys to have it. I think it'd be perfect for you.
What do you guys serve here?
What was on our dinner table every day? I lost my mom 8 months ago. That's all her recipes over there on the wall. Spaghetti and meatballs, the crab gravy. Order up, linguine with crab gravy.
Nobody makes the crab gravy like Stogie Joe.
Sunday gravy was a tomato sauce for a pasta dish, correct?
Exactly.
But we're gonna make it with crab.
Yep. So we start with olive oil, butter, leeks, onion,
celery, bay leaf,
garlic, peppercorn, a little bit of oregano, crushed red pepper, some fresh parsley and thyme.
My favorite album.
Get that going for a few minutes.
Raw but clean blue crabs.
Exactly.
And this is the crab of the East Coast.
Yes.
Talk about great flavor and sweet.
Old Bay, and then we'll cook it for 15 minutes. We'll finish it with white wine and crushed plum tomatoes.
We're gonna cook it?
Yep. 4 hours, 5 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We macerate it through a food mill.
I've never seen this. That's awesome. So it comes with the sieve and everything?
Yep.
We're gonna grind it up, get the sauce out of it.
Yep.
The crab, all that great flavor's in the shell. You get all the flavor, none of the shells.
Exactly.
This is the next level. Did your mom get the chance to see any of this?
Absolutely.
What did she say? I never taught it to you this way.
Exactly.
I'm just dying to see the end of this.
Crab gravy, dab of tomato, butter just to balance out. Bring it up to temperature. We're gonna add linguine and salt and pepper. Just coat it real nice. You remember?
Real nice, like that. Smells the part.
Finish it with a little parsley, extra virgin olive oil.
And that's all she wrote.
In South Philly, we eat it with bread. You gotta dip.
Your brothers aren't over here serving the bread, working together as a tag team.
Here you go, big guy. I was sleeping.
Thank you. Are you taking a nap, were you? It is crab on crab on crab. You're getting all the flavor you want. Wham! Right into the pasta dish. It's Flavor City, really delicious.
2 linguine crab.
The crab gravy is really, really good.
Their crabs just throughout that sauce and is unforgettable.
Not too many are serving it up Southern style, like Aunt Mary's Cafe.
Biscuits and gravy.
The best I've ever had.
All right, guys.
This is just comfort food.
Shrimp and grits in the window.
With his own take on gravy.
Tabasco gravy.
It's spicy, smoky, and good, and southern. Absolutely love it.
So we start off with shrimp stock.
Shrimp stock that's going for the Tabasco gravy for the shrimp and grits.
That's it.
Got it.
Shrimp shells, fennel, mostly the stalks, oregano, onion, bay leaves, chopped garlic.
That and some water. How long you let that simmer for?
30, 45 minutes.
Then strain it, and that'll be going into the Tabasco gravy.
And then we make the gravy. I'm gonna add a fair amount of butter to this one.
There you go.
We're gonna add chopped onion, red bell peppers, more fennel. I don't know, something about fennel and shrimp.
Works for me.
We'll get that stirred in, let that simmer a little bit, kind of develop. Then we'll add garlic. And then the reason I added a lot of butter to this, work some flour in.
You make your roux right out of it.
Right out of it.
Traditional method.
Yeah, that's something they do in Louisiana. Bay leaves, thyme, Old Bay.
So we take that.
Get that mixed in. And that shrimp stock we made earlier.
Here it comes. The hiss of a snake.
And a little extra roux.
I like that technique.
Isn't that good? Just to make sure we got enough thickness in there. We'll let that thicken up a bit. Now we got
Tabasco, hence the name of the gravy.
Worcestershire. You've been here before.
Not my first rodeo.
Tomato paste.
Nice little color to that.
Put soul in the dish.
There you go.
Now we're gonna let that simmer for about 30 minutes.
Looks good.
Hit it with cream, stir that in, strain it out.
Ready to go. All right, next up.
Making grits. Water, salt, and crank up the heat. Add our stone ground yellow grits.
Called me up for grits, and I'm a grit-eating fool.
Simmer for an hour and a half. Add fresh butter.
Of course, butter here at Aunt Mary's Butter Barn.
Pour the grits into the pan. Here we go.
What do I make it now?
Put it together, the shrimp and grits. A little butter in here.
Of course. The theme today, ladies and gentlemen, is get a little butter in here.
Smoky bacon from Tennessee. Red pepper. Then we got the pasilla peppers. I'm not a big fan of green bells, so I use pasilla peppers.
They got an interesting flavor. There you go, a little fire already.
Red onion, white wine.
That's fire.
We got a roasted tomato.
Okay.
Now we do the shrimp.
Hey, guess what? More butter. Salt and pepper there.
And we're gonna flare these up.
All right.
Now we can hit this with the Tabasco gravy.
Look at that. Gravy.
Then we'll flip the shrimp.
There you go. They just came out with these last week.
I'm an old timer, you know? And the shrimps are ready for the grits.
Next.
We're gonna make goat cheese cream. Got cream, goat cheese, sour cream. Mix this together, lemon juice, and a little salt. That's ready to go. Okay, we can start plating this thing up.
Grits.
Now the gravy, we'll lay out the shrimp. Hang on.
Oh, I'm just tucking them down then.
And then we got goat cheese cream, and that's it.
Ooh. Do you have a scale? 4 pounds. 4 pounds. No, this is enough for the week. See that? Prime time, man. Lots of flavor, balanced spice, great grits. Goat cheese has a nice little tang to it. What I really probably appreciate it more than anything is that you let me eat right out of the serving bowl that we bring to Thanksgiving, because that's just a ridiculous amount of food. Is it really that much?
Pretty much, yep.
Come down here for your grit fix.
Shrimp and grits. It's great. It's grits raw, and the shrimp had that sort of grilled flavor too.
Nicely spiced, nicely seasoned. Has a little bite to it.
Really flavorful. It's really good.
Stuff oysters down.
Grilled stuffed oysters is one of my favorite things here.
The flavor is just unlike anything I've ever had before. It's so unique.
Okay, so what's next?
We're gonna make oysters. In the stuffing, we put shrimp, octopus, and some blue crab meat.
That's my kind of oyster.
We're gonna cook some Spanish octopus. We're gonna need some mirepoix and some fresh garlic. Comes all the way from Spain. They put them in these steel barrels, bunch of salt, you know.
So it's coming in pre-tenderized.
And we're just gonna cook it for about 20 minutes.
And it's good to go.
We're gonna cook some shrimp.
In that same broth.
This is all about flavor.
Let's see the magic, baby.
Blue crab meat.
Okay.
Cut this octo, chop our shrimp, onions, jalapenos, cilantro.
Everything's gonna be raw when it goes into this?
It's not gonna cook all the way through, so
Get a little texture. Got it.
Monterey cheese, our house seasoning, guajillo peppers, ancho peppers, sea salt, a little bit of garlic, olive oil.
The oysters that you're bringing in
come from Ensenada, Mexico. They are from the Cumiai family. They're like really nice and briny.
Got it.
And we get some of that mix.
How many of those come with an order?
6, 8, 12.
Keep counting, buddy.
24, whatever you want.
I like those numbers. Onto the grill.
We cover them.
These are not gonna be hot at all.
So they get cool really quick.
Yeah, they do.
About 30 minutes.
They get cool really quick, about 30 minutes or so. Wow. Hold, please. It's eating the end off the fork. It's that hot. Bro, what a combination. I mean, this is real deal. You had so much going on here, I really thought it was gonna interrupt the oyster. The oyster's dynamite. The ancho and the guajillo gives a nice warmth to it without being too hot, without stealing the seafood. The shrimp and the octopus both go perfectly.
It's a really a great combination.
It's your favorite bite of paella without the rice.
Without the rice.
Get me more of this. Well done, chef.
Thank you.
So I'm here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I got this buddy, and he says next time you come into town,
Hey, man, check this out.
oh, dude, that's awesome. Anyhow, he says next time you come into town, you gotta find a great seafood restaurant because I'm a, what are you again?
I'm a vegetarian.
It means he only eats vegetables and seafood. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Vanilla Ice. Dude, what are you, stuck in the 90s?
I'm always stuck in the 90s. The best decade ever, man.
This is Pirate Republic.
There's a lot of Brazilian influence, and there's a lot of influence from all around the world.
That global flavor was picked up by Brazilian-born owners Roberto and Claudia Garrios during their many high-seas adventures.
We spend most of our life on the Caribbean on a pirate ship.
You have a real pirate ship?
Oh, yeah.
Arg. That is cool. So you summoned your, like, inner pirate energy and applied it here?
Yeah.
And where did the recipes come from?
Around the Caribbean, Venezuela, Brazil.
What's the dish we're gonna make?
The moqueca.
And what is a moqueca?
The seafood stew.
Okay.
Here is our golden corvina.
What else is gonna be in this?
We're gonna make the pepper sauce that I use in the moqueca.
Okay.
Those are mild. Biquinho pepper. Bode pepper, that would be goat.
That's a goat pepper?
Goat pepper.
You really got a problem if it's a ghost pepper.
What's that one?
Dedo de moça would translate to lady fingers. That's a little spicy.
Gotta try that one. You like spice? Uh-huh. I love spice.
And this is the malagueta, which is also known as piri piri.
Very nice.
Little touch of salt, little touch of pepper, in goes olive oil. Hit it up. You have to try that.
Ooh, that's real good.
Now we're getting into building the base of the sauce.
Correct. This is blended oil, garlic, a little onion, bay leaf, salt, pepper, our house-made pepper sauce.
That's as much as you put in? That's like 2 tablespoons.
About.
You made all that for that little?
Oh, we've used it a lot in other dishes, too.
Oh.
Okay. Bell peppers,
Bell peppers
great.
go in.
You guys cook at home a lot?
It's a challenge when you start to do the veg cooking because you got so many different flavors and spices you can throw around. It's all about how you prepare it.
Pureed tomatoes?
Yes.
And this will cook down for how much longer, Chef?
About half an hour.
Got it. All right, Chef, let's get into this.
The moqueca sauce you just made, corvina, shrimp, clams, salt, pepper. This is dende oil from a palm tree.
Okay.
And it's traditionally used in this dish. And coconut milk. Then we go over the pan.
I feel terrible, too. We've got to make Rob one.
You gonna make it one for me?
I guess we could share. He'll get one bite and one bite only.
Then we add calamari and mussels.
As soon as they pop, we're ready to
We're
rock.
ready to go.
Look at that. There's a lot of seafood in this.
Smells delish. Let's see what we got here, brother.
Not dynamite.
Everything is cooked right, not overcooked. I love the kick. That is really good. Tastes a little Creole almost.
It's spicy, it's tangy. The kicker to the whole thing is the coconut milk. That's what gives it that luxurious, that creamy, that silkiness. It's fantastic. Welcome back. I am hanging out at La Tostaderia with Chef Fernando. This guy's got a story that you will love. Comes from Mexico, goes to Canada, opens a taqueria, comes down to the United States, opens a carnitas joint here in Grand Central Market, then goes to culinary school, elevates himself in the world of food, and opens up La Tostaderia.
Really fresh seafood, great ingredients, and they definitely take their time for every plate.
It's a cross between a great ceviche joint and a taco stand and a tostada stand. So he tells me that he makes a burger.
Patrono burger at the window.
The Patrono burger is delicious, combination of cheese and shrimp and aioli.
It's not your typical seafood burger, what you get in a lot of other restaurants.
It can't be beat, it's delicious.
He says if I don't love the burger, he's gonna buy free lunch for all my crew. I hate the burger. All right, what's first?
Okay, mango,
red bell pepper, chives, and then
Let me guess. Cilantro.
cilantro, exactly.
Can't believe your middle name's not cilantro.
Apple cider vinegar, salt, agave nectar.
Okay.
Avocados from the capital of the avocado, Michoacan.
You just drop Michoacan in as often as you can, don't you?
I love my steak.
I know you do.
So you just toss it, put
Okay.
all together.
All right, time for the burger?
Yeah. Wild Mexican shrimp.
Not frozen.
No frozen.
Okay.
Makes big difference.
Makes a huge difference.
Salt, pepper, butter. The bun also is Oaxaca cheese.
Oaxaca cheese is like Jack mozzarella.
Yeah.
That's going to be kind of what actually holds this burger together.
Yeah.
It's like the duct tape in Mexican food.
Now we got the buns,
Okay?
chipotle aioli,
And before culinary school, he called that chipotle mayonnaise.
lettuce, tomato. Now we have our shrimp cook with the Oaxaca cheese melting. Onion. We're gonna use the avocado mango radish.
As much as I think I'm going to love this, I'm still going to tell you I hate it, so you got to feed my crew.
Cheddar, potatoes. This is for the crunchiness. Done.
Haven't had to bust out the hunch in a while. This one might deserve it. I got good news and I got bad news.
Tell me.
Good news is that's fantastic. The bad news is the crew's hitting the vending machine. When you bite into it, you get the saltiness of the cheese, the texture of the cheese, the shrimp's cooked perfectly, and then all the accoutrement, the shredded lettuce, the chipotle mayo, the tomato, the raw onion, the phenomenal salsa with the mango and the avocado. I pride myself in my burgers. I'm known for my burgers. That right there, in my expectation level of burgers, that is about as high as they go.
Thank you.
Outstanding.
It looks like a totem pole with a crab in the middle of there. I'm gonna show you how to make the crab stuffing. Some butter, celery, garlic, onions, peppers, lump crab meat, fresh out of Lake Pontchartrain, the claw meat.
Next in?
Our love dust, crawfish boil, crab boil, the blackening seasoning, a little sassafras.
Ground up sassafras leaf. Little bit of the love dust.
Blackening seasoning, water, lemon juice, breadcrumbs, and then boom, there's your stuffing. Now we're gonna get some soft shell crabs ready for the totem pole. It goes into the buttermilk, and then into our fish fry, and then into the oil. The eggplant.
Beautiful. Let me see the totem pole.
Here's that crab stuffing that we just made. Put a piece of this fried eggplant on there. More crab stuffing. Soft shell crab. More crab stuffing. More eggplant. Cream sauce. Hold it all together with this shrimp kebab. More sauce on that. And then we need some Parmesan cheese.
Of course we do.
Put a little greens on there.
The batter on that crab, money.
Thank you.
That's like a road sign in Flavortown right there. A multi-generational spot in Ottawa, Canada, keeping a seafood tradition alive. It's Pelican Seafood Market and Grill.
We'll come and pick up some salmon and take it home and prepare. Other nights when you just feel like going out and being pampered, come here and have lobster poutine.
You come to Canada, you get big about the poutine.
But this isn't normal poutine.
Lots of nice, meaty lobster. The gravy, it's a lobster bisque blend. The combination blew me away.
Poutine is typically fries topped with beef gravy with curds, but we're taking it to lobster.
We're taking it to Lobster Town.
Is there a lobster town in Ottawa? Now there is.
Right here, right
now
here.
there is.
Start with the stock. Put our raw lobster bodies right on top of our mirepoix. It's gonna go in the oven.
How long?
2 to 3 hours. Deglaze it with the white wine right now. Right into the pot here.
Okay. Water, bay leaf, and peppercorn. And how long are we gonna let this go?
3 hours.
Next up?
We are gonna make the lobster bisque.
Okay.
Olive oil, white onion, red pepper, orange carrots.
Because they're out of the blue ones.
We got our lobster stock, and we're gonna get this pureed.
Say hello to my little friend.
Thicken this up with our butter and flour. Roux.
This is the longest stock in the world.
Time for her to go back in.
All right.
Our brandy and our Jägermeister secret weapon here. Right into our mixture and cream.
This is the bisque that you're serving in the restaurant all the time?
Yes, we're gonna turn it into a lobster gravy.
All right, start it up.
Mascarpone and our cream cheese.
We still have cheese curds to come.
You got it.
Is there a swimsuit season here in Ottawa?
For about a month.
That's when I'm not gonna eat the cheese curds. Bring on the lobster.
Let's take out our lobby straight from the steamer.
Do you steam them per order?
Yeah.
When you say lobster poutine, you're not joking.
Fries. So we cut them by hand every day. Cheese for the gravy, and we're gonna put the rest right on top of the fries. Gravy. Chives.
What was the noise that just happened?
You gotta make that noise if you want it to fall nicely, you know?
Never in the history of Triple D have we ever had a sound effect seasoning. I respect the full swing of the bat here. And I'm thinking I'm gonna get bits of lobster sprinkled inside of the poutine, but when you get it served in the body of the lobster, and this is higher end, wow. I'm getting all that brandy flavor. Next level with the cream cheese and the mascarpone, grape fries, delicious dish, well done.
Right on.
So I'm here in South New Jersey in a town called Summers Point. Now, this is where people cruise through to go down to the boardwalk at Ocean City, but more importantly, to visit this joint. This is the Grilled Cheese and Crab Cake Company.
Down to Summers Point, a funky little joint called the Crab Cake Co.
It's a catchy name.
Everything is amazing.
Big Bad Fish Witch. Everybody comes in here and is like, oh, what do you guys serve here? Grilled cheese and crab cakes.
And the guy marrying the two is Steve Novak.
Throw on another crab cake to the other melt now.
Who bought this place back in 2010 thanks to a little help from the family. Brothers pitching in and grandparents backing them up. Gotta love Grandma.
Gotta love
But Grandma, she dropped the coin.
Grandma Tarantine. We call her G-Tear, though.
What up? And Grandma's investment is built on a classic.
Who doesn't love grilled cheese? It's the ultimate comfort food.
You can put anything inside a grilled cheese, and he does it the best.
I got the crab melt.
It's a grilled cheese sandwich, and it has a crab cake in the middle. It's what they're known for here.
Let's get into it.
All right, so first thing we're gonna do is add our mayo to the bin. Next, we're gonna add our eggs. Then our fresh lemon juice. I like to use honey mustard. A little sriracha. I think
Very
sriracha
nice.
just makes everything better. It's just a little crystal hot sauce, a little extra heat.
Okay.
Worcestershire sauce. Old Bay seasoning.
Say hey for Old Bay. There you go. Black pepper.
Hey. Actually, this is celery seed.
He's at 1 point over here.
Little celery seed.
Very nice.
And then baking powder. A load of fresh chopped parsley. And then we whisk her up. She's good to go. Next, we add our panko breadcrumbs. So you want to make sure it's incorporated in real good.
Now the crab, let's talk about that.
Jumbo lump.
Treat it very gingerly now, correct?
Exactly.
Because you don't want to bust it up.
People like to see those real big lumps.
My lovely
Right.
crabby lumps. That is some creamy.
Actually, this will solidify once it sets.
It's gonna have to.
So we're gonna throw a little butter on the grill.
Okay.
We're gonna take our crab cake, put it right on the butter. Butter the bread.
You and butter.
Monterey Jack cheese.
I mean, shouldn't you have it like on a squirt pump or something? Like
Probably. We're gonna steam the bread, just make sure we melt the cheese real good.
So we're gonna let this cook up on both sides?
This is our crab melt.
Wow. Crab cake is a little bit creamier than most people expect.
Yeah.
Crispy on the outside, tons of crab. No question about the amount of crab in there. Nice crunch of the toast, not too much cheese. You pulled it off, man. Nicely done, bro.
Thank you.
Nicely done. You drive too fast.
You're mad because you lost.
I am mad because I lost. So we're on the west side of Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, you remember the Penguin?
Everybody remembers the Penguin.
Well, it closed, but the guy Greg opened up a new joint over here on the west side. And you know what? This is Pinky's West Side Grill.
Redneck turbot surf up.
The people, the energy, the food is good. Woo!
Love it. I'm here about 3 or 4 times a week.
This used to be an old garage that worked on Volkswagens. That's why there's a Volkswagen on the roof.
This old garage switched gears from cars to cooking in 2010 when chef and owner Greg Otten cruised over from a legendary local spot. It was about 8 years ago that we met you at the Penguin. And a funky little joint and a great time. That place is closed. Things have changed. To see how you reopen, it's bigger, it's badder, it's faster than it was.
It's everything from, oh, I just want a salad or a fat hamburger with everything on it.
Triple G in the window.
Triple G has 3 patties. It's got slaw, chili, mustard, and American cheese.
And why do you call it the Triple G burger?
Because it was Triple G Volkswagen repair.
See, I thought when you called this the Triple G burger, it was Guy's Grocery Games.
Even in Charlotte, it's got to be about Guy.
All right, what do you got, buddy?
We are making our house-made chili for the Triple G burger.
Got it.
80-20 ground beef. Water going in, yellow onion, fresh garlic.
A lot of garlic.
That's a good thing.
Chili powder, black pepper, seasoning salt, coriander, hot sauce, cumin.
Okay, so this all cooks down, then you add the tomato paste, cook it up, and this will be the chili that's going on top of the Triple G burger.
Let's cook.
Are you just gonna get right into the cooking part of this?
Ready to cook?
This is it, the Triple G burger. This is what we've been waiting for, huh?
This is what this place was founded
3 5-ounce patties.
on. Stack them up, baby.
Stack them and go.
Oh, my.
We've got the pound of meat, 3 pieces of cheese, house southern slaw, mustard, chopped onions.
And then the chili.
Put this on top.
I want to see you do this. I don't know how to do this. All right, here we go. Get after that. Greg, I'm telling you, it's fantastic.
You're attacking this thing. It's like a coyote got a hold of it.
Triple G, sir?
It's a sloppy piece of equipment, but it's delicious and filling.
Shrimp tacos up.
Just great food, great atmosphere.
And it's just a wonderful energy that's here.
Greg brings up things that you would think, what? And when you taste it, it's just fantastic.
Corn dog shrimp up.
Corn dog shrimp is delicious.
The corn dog batter is sweet, and then the shrimp tend to be a little bit salty. It's just good.
Okay, what are we making next?
We are making the batter for the corn dog shrimp. Dipsy dog corn dog mix.
That's very old school.
A lot of fairs and circuses and stuff like that use it. We're gonna go in with the water, and we're gonna jump on it with a whisk.
All right, so see how nice and creamy that is? So it'll really coat to that shrimp.
Here we go.
21-25 shrimp.
Grab them by the tail.
By the tail.
Dump them in.
Okay. Gotta set them in there nice and easy. Float them a
Set
bit.
it in and let it go.
That's so it doesn't just sink to the bottom. Let her fry.
There you go.
Whoa!
Corn dog shrimp ready to go.
Perfect them babies are.
Pretty proud of yourself on these, aren't you?
Yes.
Get in after it.
Oh, yeah. They're so good.
It tastes like a corn dog. Sweet, crunchy batter.
Straight from the fair.
Straight from the fair.
Straight from the fair.
You know I love Italian food. It's got to be handmade. It's got to be homemade. It's got to be the real deal. And from what the locals tell me, Reno's place is all that.
Best food in Boston.
Tenderloin?
So is second-generation owner, Tony DeCenzo.
Jim Scampi up. Were you born in Italy?
Born in Italy. Migrated here with my family in '85. My parents bought the business. We're ready to retire in like '94, and I've had it ever since.
I have a lobster ravioli.
The ravioli is made fresh, just very delicious.
All right, what are we making first, boss?
Okay, we're gonna boil some lobsters.
Okay.
For our lobster raviolis, we have 2 lobsters, about 1.5 pounds each.
Is it water seasoned?
Yeah, a little salt. Drop them in there
For about
30
15
minutes.
10-15 minutes. Okay, when these get done, we'll get started.
Yeah, we're gonna shock them in an ice bath.
So we stop the cooking process.
Okay, now we're gonna take all the meat out, the tail, the claws.
This is for the filling?
Yes.
All right, so we get all the lobster meat out.
And the legs also.
We're gonna roll out the legs.
Yes.
This is actually going to be quite comical. His big hands and this. Get after it, boss. Squeezing all the meat right out of it. Look at that, like lobster sausage. That meat is super sweet and super tasty. A lot of work for a little lobster. So this gets us the bowl of lobster. Now we chop it up, do a little saute on it.
Some extra virgin olive oil, some shallots.
Where do you get your olive oil from?
Italy.
Of course. We got the chopped up lobster meat.
There we go. Okay, a little fresh parsley.
Italian parsley.
Yes, salt, pepper.
And that's all she wrote.
Yeah, pull it off the heat.
Let it cool down.
About a half an hour.
Somebody's got a trap. Can't we just eat it like that?
I know, it's delicious. Okay, you ready?
Go.
We're gonna make our filling. Fresh ricotta.
Where are you getting the ricotta from?
From Italy also.
What, do you have like a tram that goes back and forth?
Nothing but the best.
A Parmigiano Reggiano?
Parmigiano Reggiano. Some parsley, salt, pepper, a chilled lobster meat.
All right, brother.
Just fold it. I like to leave it chunky.
Yes. No, I want some
chunky.
texture.
None of this pureed stuff.
No, I want chunk of lobster.
There you go. That's right.
So we got this ready. Next thing is making the pasta.
Exactly, yes.
Please, will we eat soon?
Yes, we will. Yes.
Killing me.
The flour, make the well, where we're gonna add our eggs.
We make pasta at home quite a bit, my boys and I.
This is how my grandmother taught me. My
This
mother.
is how we do it.
Add the eggs. Then a little salt, a little extra virgin olive oil.
Because our pitchfork is in the shop, we're gonna whip the eggs with this. Each time he mixes it around, a little bit more flour catches in, incorporating into the eggs.
Now it's kind of like pasty. We can start folding in the flour.
And now just as much flour will stick to it as it can. And do you do all the prep and everything in this little kitchen?
Yes.
We're making a sheeted pasta. We want to gently do this. So you start this on the largest number.
Exactly. And we're gonna work our way down to like 2.5.
Wow, look at this. There should be music to this right now. This should be a video.
When I get towards the end, we're gonna fold it and make it a little bit more wider, better consistency.
So it really fits inside of the ravioli mold.
Exactly. There you go. A little flour right on top of the mold. Just press it in a little bit because that's where the filling's gonna go in.
Wow. You don't skimp on the filling.
Nope.
I just want you to see this. That right there is plenty. But that is how much you put in a ravioli here. Crazy. Now we do another sheet.
Yep, right on top. Press down to the 2 pastas sealed together. Flip it over.
1, 2.
Take the mold off and then cut it with the dough cutter. See where the ridges are? Then what we do is press them on all sides.
Make sure that they seal. There's no air in these. Then you hit a little flour, put them on a sheet tray.
What we'll do is we'll freeze them.
They'll seal even better, and then you're off to go.
We're gonna make the lobster ravioli sauce now.
Fantastic.
Some extra virgin olive oil, shallots, lobster meat.
Seriously?
Yeah, salt, pepper, let that sweat a little bit. Next, we'll add our brandy.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, that's why I have it. Yeah, that's what it is. Once it's done flaming, one tomato sauce, heavy cream, butter, take some fresh basil. Now we're gonna let it reduce.
We're gonna put this onto the 15-step ravioli.
Put in 8 raviolis to an order for about 2.5 minutes.
You wanna have this on a simmer boil, not a rapid boil, so you don't beat these things up.
Exactly.
Ravi's your float?
Yes, let them drain, added their sauce. Now a little grated cheese, Parmigiano Reggiano.
Here comes the monster meal.
Just drop them right in there. Lobster ravioli.
I can feel the firmness of the pasta. Mmm. Oh, that's ridiculous.